Hey everyone, Morten Aastad here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to one of the most difficult videos I think I've ever tried to make. So why is this video particularly difficult for me to make? Well, I am going to show you and I'm going to talk about a record. I'm going to remove the plastic there. As you know, I am Scandinavian. I live in Norway. I'm part Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish. But you may not, if you follow my channel and subscribe for a while, you may not see a lot of Scandinavian music show up. Some of the reasons for that are multifaceted. I don't listen to a lot of Scandinavian music. A lot of the Scandinavian music that I do listen to tend to be Swedish, and I feel sometimes that there are certain cliches about that because some of that music is so well known. The Norwegian music and Danish music that are well known, I don't really necessarily want to talk about it. And then you got all the stuff that you guys probably never heard of, and that I haven't heard of either, because when it comes to Norwegian music, which is where I've lived for probably about 60% or 65% of my life, I don't necessarily like it that much. And it's not its fault, it's me. It's the same with movies. I can't watch Norwegian movies because there's something about the way they talk that seems alien to me. And I've grown up in a very, very Anglophile world. I love Britain, British culture, humor, actors, music, rock and roll, and in extension, of course, also American and Canadian, and if you know me, Australian and New Zealand, and even South African. And then I buy and I spend a lot of money and time on music, and inserting more elements into that, dangerous. So why am I then doing a video about a Norwegian rock album? And why do I find it difficult aside from all of this? It's because I know one of the members of this band. He was a work colleague and he's a friend. He's a great guy. And I'm also a little bit embarrassed by the fact that they have been playing for probably more than 20 years now, and this is their 12th album, and it's the first album that I've heard. And how can I talk about or even critique an album made by a person that I know and consider a friend, and feel like I'm doing it justice? Well, the simple answer to that is you get the record 8 or 9 months ago. I went to a place where he and his band was playing, and I met him briefly. Didn't have a lot of time, and I had asked him if he could get me a couple of copies of his new album for my channel, and if he wouldn't mind signing them, which he did, and I bought the records of him. And he did offer to go downstairs and have the rest of the band signed, but I thought personally it was fun for me to have just his signature because, like I said, I know him. And then after that, you live with the album for several months. Well, actually, you don't. You go to Denmark and stay there for 7 months and don't bring the record. And then you make I did listen to it back then several times, and I've listened to it over the last few days. So this is the album. It is a band called Norwegian prog band called Tusmørke, which means it's twilight basically. Hestehoven, which is oh my god, what is it again? It's that yellow flower that then gets these little white things at the end of its life that spreads its seeds. It's a dandelion. And I have listened to it several times. Like I said, they are a band from. Well, they're from, let's say, call it the Oslo region. I think they're actually from a place outside of Oslo, but they operate here in Oslo and have done so for their career. It is, and I hope I'm not simplifying it or saying something wrong, but this is prog rock. It is, but it's both modern and not modern prog rock. Let's talk a little bit of how I feel I get transported when I listen to this album. I get transported to several places in my life or in my fantasy, because the music, if you take your Jethro Tull with the flutes and the folk element, and then you sprinkle that with Scandinavian mannerisms, language, Norse mythology, the hints we have and the written parts of the fairy tales told in both Norway and the rest of Scandinavia, with like little folks and elves and trolls and undefinable creatures like Nøkken, the creature that plays his instrument or her instrument and lures people in from underneath waterfalls. If you're reading parts of Edda, in Norse mythology, the lore and the history of the gods, Tyr or Odin or Thor, Frigg, Freya, and all these creatures around them, the Jotner. And then you sprinkle that with an element of British Victorian that Victorian mentality of what was Saxon and old-timey history. So in one song, I feel like I'm in the 1970s. I'm that little kid. My parents parked me in front of the stage of this rather socialist-themed puppet theater at a place called Klubb 7 in Oslo, with the orange Formica sitting chairs and all these people who made their own clothing, and a lot of browns and oranges and hey kids and puppets that scared and scarred me for life. And the next, I'm in a meadow. And it's such a beautiful day, and it might be early in the morning, so there might be dew in the grass, tall grass. You might suddenly you spot a stag there, and then that stag is overpowered by little vicious munchkin creatures from an Astrid Lindgren story, and then suddenly you hear a door slamming, and you're inside a gothic-looking English country church, and the feel has gone from lovely summer's day to a Hammer horror movie. and it's all these, and then I'm on the beach in Denmark, with the tall grass behind me and the ocean and all the sand, and this soothing sound and music comes before you're transported to a bleak, black and grey mountain, and that's all I get from the elements that I get from listening to Tusmørke, and I love it. This album, is it colored by me knowing one of the band members? Probably, but some of you guys have followed me for a while know how much I love historical elements, and I love folk traditions, my country's folk traditions, the Norse mythology, eventyr, fairy tales. And so for me this begs the question, why haven't I heard and listened to this before? And because I am one of those guys who puts things off, and I don't go out and much when it comes to concerts. Don't like crowds. I like two or three people sat around a corner table in a pub or an inn with a crackling fire, and we're talking about stuff we like, how what you know and what you like is your cultural baggage. And I think that's sort of a quote that stems from High Fidelity, actually. So yeah, I hope that sort of describes what this is, and how impressed I am by the musicianship on this record. And it's so tight and well played, and we start off very, very proggy, very positive, very light, with the cycle of the what is the lettering here is difficult. On flagging, God. You got your Norse elements there. Hestehoven, again the flower there. Den behornede guden, the horned god. Åndemaneren, the shaman. Jeg klumser deg. I clumsy you. Some Nipian, I can't read this. The wicked ways of witches and wizards. I mean, there you have it all, in a way. The artwork is by Sverre Malling. I don't know how many times I can keep showing the cover, front of this cover without getting in some sort of trouble. There's an inner sleeve. No, well, more of an inner booklet actually, with the lyrics. Again, my eyes are not that well trained when it comes to this font, I must admit. Yeah, so this record came out in 2023. They had a release party on Saturday for their new album, so I could have gone there, but I wasn't feeling up to it. Sorry. Amazing artwork there. Yeah. So yeah. So it's I don't know the other members, to be honest, but Benedict Momrak, thank you so much for signing the record and meeting up with me back in, oh god, how long ago is this? Was this in November? Yeah, he and the band was about to play at Revolver, so I went to Revolver and sat down very briefly and just said hi to him. I hadn't seen him in a while, and that was very nice. And like I said, I got 2 copies of the album, and I will get back to you guys about the other copy in another video. Anyway, I hope this flowery review, if you like, not review, more like what this is and what it means to me video, makes you want to check them out. Some of you have said that you wish I would make more videos about Scandinavian and not least Norwegian music, and I am trying, and I got things that I want to get, but you know, albums I feel I have to get for my collection does come in the way, but I am reading up more on Norwegian and Danish music and trying to discover it and see if what I can do for you guys and my channel about it, but also cultural things. I hope to visit some museums over the summer, some related to music, some maybe more related to art via music, and show that to you guys as well, because I feel it's a good time to try and be more cultural here in Oslo. There are a lot of things that have been built over the last few years, not least museums. So yeah, I hope you guys will stay with me and check out my videos that are forthcoming. Anyway, guys, if you do check out Tusmørke, let me know what you think, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Please click like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.